Hey everybody. Welcome. And hey guys, it's Arizona Hobby. You even got the cactus shirt on today. Thank you for joining me for another quick live stream where we do some housing market analysis for data. Yesterday we did Surprise Arizona in April. So we got a comment somewhere saying, hey, do North Phoenix. Now, they gave me a specific zip code, but North Phoenix is interesting. And here's why I know really well about North Phoenix. Wait, what happened here? Oh no, do I have to redo it again? Oh man, I do. Oh well, it's all good. Give me 1 second. All right, there you go, I found it. Cool. So this is how I know a lot about North Phoenix. Back in the pandemic days, this is where you needed to buy, because a lot of people hate HOAs. They hate associations. They don't want to be told what color to paint their whatever. They don't want to be told if they should, grow certain plants in the certain seasons, whatever. So because of that, North Phoenix was great because a lot of the houses don't have an HOA and they were still pretty affordable. And because they were so close to Scottsdale, it gave a lot of opportunity. Now, there are specific zip codes that are struggling because of the homeless population, but that's something that we learn as we look at houses and whatnot, right? So here's the thing. If you're looking at the zip codes, North Phoenix is pretty wide, but we're going to add just specifically 5 zip codes, or is it 6? I think it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zip codes. 85027, 24, 50, 53, 23, 22, and 32. We're not going, basically, we're doing north of Thunderbird. We're not doing anything south of Thunderbird. We'll call that Central Phoenix. And then we'll call, South Phoenix if you guys want that. But for the specific video for today, this is the areas that we're going to do. Now, as usual, let's get a good idea of our active, pending, sold numbers so we know what's going on in the specific area. So for active, we have 531 houses for sale. For under contract, did it just refresh on me? That is so devastating. Okay, just bear with me, guys, while we figure this out. So we're gonna have to let's see if I can remember the zip codes. It was 85022232427. So let's do 23242527 32 50 53 32 50 53. Hey, when you're live, this stuff happens. I'm glad I did this because it's like I had it mapped out and it was adding certain houses in there that shouldn't have been added. So active houses right now is actually a lot less than I thought. So I'm glad this worked out. 420. No reference there, I'm assuming. 420. Hey, 420. Let's look at under contract to see what's going on here. Right here. 253 houses that are currently under contract. And then for close over the last 31 days, we have 238. So how does this compare? Well, it's over here. So, boom, right there. Not bad. Half would be what 210? No, yeah, it would be 210. So it's more than half. The sold number is even more than half, which is a lot better especially if you guys remember yesterday from Surprise, they're kind of struggling on that end. But it's definitely still a lot less than we would like to see. I remember there's a specific part of time where, man, everything was selling like hotcakes in North Phoenix. So a little interesting and devastating to see it still low, but let's actually analyze the data a little more before we really get into it. So first and foremost, let's look at the monthly average sales price and see what's happened. Now, as usual, we're going to see a very common trend here where, let's see. Oh no, the zip codes got adjusted. It's all right. We'll work with it. If it was a 232427, right? And 22. was 22, 23, 24, 27, 32, 50. 32, 50. 1, 2, 3. I think we're missing one though. 53. Yeah, we're missing 53. All right, sorry about that. So average sales price. Looks like we did the same thing as we did with every market, basically. A big spike, massive spike, actually. Believe it or not, from mid 2020, went from 319 all the way to 528. So if we go back in time, we buy here, we sell here, we're making tons of money. It, of course, went down in 2022, which we'll get into in a bit. But the actual bottom was February, not December or January as we usually see. And then from here, it looks like it's a heavy spike up. As you've been seeing all these, if you have, we notice there's some that go up then down. There's some that are like surprised that are very slowly teetering high. This has been a pretty good spike up. So definitely, even if you bought at the bottom here, even if you bought here at the top, you're not too far off, which is surprising for sure, because not every city has a fortune to say that they did that. So we're looking at our active inventory counts now. All the zip codes are check marked here. We can see here. Oh man, is it gonna do that with everyone? I'm gonna have these zip codes memorized by the end of the day. 2324 2223 2427. Then it was 32, and then it was 50 and 53. 50, 30, yeah. We're gonna have it, like I said, we're gonna have it memorized by the end of the day. So 2021, we had a low inventory count. We see our pending counts in 2021. There it is. Let's see, 85022. So I had this all prepared. And then I had a really long phone call, and then I came back, and that's why this happened. So I mean, the data updates like literally every minute, so it makes sense why it needs a refresh. So we can see here in 2021, we had high under contract numbers, we had low listing numbers. It's good to see what the benchmark is, because this is what created that rapid growth here in the average sales price. And then 2022, we had that massive spike up of inventory. Everything seems pretty usual here, that drop in demand. And now we are here, 2023, we had an active listing drop to then an increase at the end of the year. And if it, pending drop increase, this spike usually for most cities lasts to about here. So this was definitely a longer little spike here. And then we have our drop. So now where we are in 2024. Well, it looks like our inventory count is not near where we were in 2022. There are other cities, unfortunately, that are struggling because that inventory count is way up here. But here in North Phoenix, we're still pretty groovy. Looks like it's very similar numbers to 2020 before the pandemic. And then obviously are we closer to the lows that led to the price increases or the highs? 781. Okay, we're definitely closer to the high, but it's slowly trending upward. Now, if it stays here in the middle range, we're still going to be solid. Let's look at those pending numbers now. Pending numbers, we had a spike increase, and then it looks like we're kind of flatlining here at 304. So not as high as demand as 2023 that led to that, beginning of 2023 that led to that little spike here. But still relatively doing okay. That demand is still pretty strong. It has been the lowest it has been in the last 4 years, but with that active inventory count, still not being at the highest, we're not really seeing any massive price decreases. So just by looking at these numbers, I can say pretty confidently North Phoenix is doing just fine. Looking at the specific zip codes, which, like I said, we have memorized by now. 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 32, 50, and 53. Okay, I didn't have it memorized. I looked at the check boxes. But like I said, that demand isn't near the scary numbers yet. Yesterday, I know I keep bringing this up, but I was so shocked by it. Surprised, literally the same number as it was in during the 2022. Like, it's way up here. So we're not even close to that. Demand is strong. It doesn't look like it's trending downward. It's still staying pretty up here, pretty strong. As a matter of fact, if it continues that strength, it'll probably be where it was in 2023 by week 23. And depending on what happens with the active, it really happens with inventory. If inventory shoots up, then we're going to be concerned. If inventory drops, then we're going to expect something crazy. But right now, it's pretty predictable. I don't think it's going to continue to rise exponentially, but right now there has been an increase. I think if the trend continues, it's only going to be, I hate saying this, but it might just keep increasing. I personally think all these houses that are increasing are eventually get to the point where they're just going to flatline, because there's a certain price that just doesn't make sense. And here, 489, I mean, doesn't make sense. I don't know, but we'll see. 489,551. Let's write this down so we can get it. 481, 551, and we have our prediction, which is going to be strong if inventory doesn't spike. So if you're buying in the North Phoenix area, the data shows consistent strength. It looks like things are continuing to push through, continuing to go through despite everything, despite interest rates being high. Want to keep this in mind though. Always try to buy below the median, because usually that's what really maintains its value. So let's kind of just figure that out real quick. So we're gonna go back to here, and while I plug in the zip codes and we figure out what that median number is, I'm just going to do a quick reminder. I'm always available to do one-on-ones with you. So if you're looking to buy a house in the Phoenix, Arizona area, schedule your one-on-one down below. We can do this for your specific search. And of course, we could, so you can also sign up for the website if you're not ready for a one-on-one yet. Sign up for the website, start looking at houses, get the ball rolling there. So 85, what was it? Let's see if I remember. 23, 24, 27. I missed 22. It was 32. And it was 50, and it was 53. That median is about 420. So try to stay 420 and under to just to kind of keep that. And if you look at the median, actually, surprisingly enough, not really showing a massive spike. So, interesting. Does that mean anything? Well, probably. But probably it probably means that the average is just really spiking up, because there's some probably specific houses near Scottsdale that are really bursting up because everybody wants to live in Scottsdale but can't afford it, so they buy in North Phoenix. So that's probably what it means. And the median takes the median, so that's probably. Phoenix is a new SoCal from Farquay. It's looking, I mean, SoCal is pretty expensive. I don't know if we were exactly like the new SoCal, but I think we definitely have that effect now, where if you want to live in Phoenix, if you want to get a home, you need to get either. I mean, I think we're still in that sweet spot where if you can get in, you can get in. But I know in SoCal, the only way you become a homeowner is if you're extremely wealthy, or you get really lucky and like you get an inheritance or something. Not inheritance as that you buy a house cash with inheritance, but inheritance as like someone passed and gave you their house. So anywho, hope that helped. All the data information is below. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys for stopping by. Let me know below if you wanted a specific city or zip code next. I'm happy to oblige. So see you guys. We'll be doing this every morning from like, I don't know, 10 to 12. I know it's already 1:44. I'm a little late today. I apologize. But I usually like to do these between 10 and 12. So if you hit subscribe, like it, and whatnot. It's $400K to live in a shoebox in the desert. That is SoCal Part 2. Yeah, no worries. Appreciate you guys. So I'm reading a comment, by the way. Don't think I said that. Take care.